I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I'm Karwanna Dyson. I'm really excited you guys are on the call today. You're going to be in for a great treat. There are going to be some people that may join late, so, don't get distracted by that. But I'm going to go ahead and get started with the presentation because I want to be respectful of everybody's time and want to get us out of here. So, because this is a Friday. So now you've joined us for the Government Contracts for Small Business workshop. This is going to be the clear strategy that's absolutely proven to work for women and minority small business owners. I'm really excited to share this with you guys. I've been personally doing, government contracts for the past few years. I'm going to tell you a little bit more about my story a little bit later. But just for housekeeping purposes, I want to make sure that we're all muted. And then if there are some distractions like your television or any radios or anything, then you want to eliminate those distractions because I do not want you to miss the awesome information that I'm going to be sharing with you here this evening. So here's what you're going to learn on today's free live training. And you guys, I'm going to dive really, really deep on the live training part so you can actually get to see some real live data and information. But some of the things that you're going to learn today includes the 3 secrets to getting consistent, sustainable income as a small business. Okay, so I think that's very key. But also you're going to learn the $1 trillion secret to government contracts and how you can significantly grow your business using this particular strategy that I'm going to share with you tonight. And then you're also going to learn exactly how much the government spends on women and minority small business services. So if you're a service provider, this is going to be very, very key to you. So I just want to go ahead and just do a quick chat roll call. So in the Zoom, there's a chat box. So go ahead and comment the name of your business and the type of service that you provide, because what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to be picking from your services to show you some live data on opportunities and contracts and how much the government spends on your particular services. So go ahead and put that in the chat, and then I'll be pulling from that in just a little bit. Okay, so if you're currently in business and you don't already have sustainable, consistent income for your business, then what are some of the reasons why you think that is? I really want to know, so go ahead and put that in the chat as well. What are some of the reasons why you believe you're not getting consistent, sustainable income? Take a look at the chat. I want to float. 1 second, you guys. Yeah, because I want to see your chat. So let me bring that up. Can you try to log in again? Okay. So Karen, don't have a mic. Okay, no problem. Install, etc. What type of services install, etc. Touching lives, creativity. This is for Karen, LLC, Airbnb. So real estate, Airbnb. Then we have from Majesty, IRP Builders. So construction property development. Thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that. So yeah, I'm going to be pulling from exactly what you do. Hi, Jacinta. Hi, Amari. Hi, Kay Hicks. You guys are coming in. So as you're coming in, we're just go ahead and drop in the chat the type of service that you provide and the name of your business, because I'm going to be sharing some live data pulling from this pool so you can see exactly how much the government spends on the products and services that you provide. So go ahead and drop that in the chat. And let me know. All right, so I'm going to pull back up the presentation. And so if you ever worry about getting regular paying customers and making consistent income for your business, then guess what? You're not alone, right? So I think that's one thing that a lot of small business owners have in common is just that stress of being able to get consistent regular income, right? But the great thing is I have this simple 3-step BCP system that I'm going to be telling you about during this training that's going to be the solution for that particular problem. But also, this is the same system that I leveraged to show me how to get 70K contracts, a 70K contract for just 28 days of work. It's also going to be the system that show you how you can leverage this simple system to get regular paying clients and land those 70K plus contracts for your own business. And you're going to be able to do this without lowering your prices or spending tons of hours on social media, because I know as a small business owner, when you're really trying to get those customers, you're out there trying to do anything to get them, right? So a lot of times we offer sales and discounts and lower our prices. And then we spend tons and tons of hours marketing and promoting our services on social media. Sometimes you just get no results, doing it that way. So with this system, one of my clients that I work with, I'm just going to tell you her a short story. Tiffany, she's a woman-owned minority small business owners that's actually from the Bay Area, like myself, and she provides professional videography for photography services. Now, Tiffany was able to implement the 3-step BCP system that I'm going to train you and show you about today into her business, where I recently helped her qualify her business for certification so that she can bid on some of these large 70K plus contracts. And now she's bidding on those contracts and actually landing them. So who is this going to be for? This is going to be for you specifically if you are a woman or minority small business, excuse me, and you provide a professional service. Now, what is a professional service? That is you not selling a product in exchange for money, right? So instead of exchanging money for products, then you're exchanging services. So it's something that you're actually doing. That could be anything from marketing, catering, janitorial, and these are like just some of the examples of what a service-based business is. You provide a service, which means you're actually out there doing the work. Media productions, accounting, of course, real estate, public relations, and the list goes on. So make sure you write in the chat what it is that you do, because I'm going to be pulling from that list of services to show you exactly how the government provides contracting opportunities for service-based businesses. So this is for you if you've already tried word of mouth marketing, sharing your products and services on social media. You may have tried Facebook ads or traditional media, and offering discounts and coupons, but you're still stuck in the same position. So if those things are not working and you're still stuck, then this is going to be for you. You may have even cut your prices and offered, 2-for-1 specials. I work with a lot of business owners who came to me, indicating that, they've done this, right? They've offered discounts and created coupons and specials, but still they get little results. So is that you? Does this sound familiar? This is for you if you have extreme highs and lows in your business. So if one month you're doing well, or a season of time you're doing really, really well, and then you have those traumatic dips in your business where you're trying to figure out how you're going to pay your bills or how you're going to get by for that period of time, then that is a problem, right? So then this is going to be important for you. So if any of this sounds familiar to you, let me know. I want to know, so drop it in the chat, if any of this sounds familiar. So here's a little blurb about me. I'm Karwanna D. I am a government contracting consultant. I started in business about 12 years ago. And my story is, after a few years of barely surviving in business, because before I learned about this 3-step BCP strategy, I was just a regular small business owner who didn't have a strategy. And, I've just worked my business from the ground up. So after a few years of barely surviving, doing it that way and having inconsistent customers, inconsistent income months, I discovered something that changed my entire outlook on business. And that's what I'm really excited about and sharing that with you here today. So that's when I landed my first $70,000 client for just 28 days of work with the Department of Transportation. Now, that was amazing for me because I had never seen a client of those numbers before, right? So I was able to take my business from 20K to 70K months, from generating 20K in a year, right? A year, we're talking about a year, to 70K in a single month. And now I'm landing 6-figure contracts with government agencies. And I'm going to share with you exactly how I did that and how you can do that for yourself. And, I'm also right now helping others do the same, like my client Tiffany, who recently landed her first contract that I shared with you earlier. So if I share with you this one thing that I discovered, do you promise to take action? Because there are so many small business owners, who get information or opportunities, or just people in general in life. They're information hoarders. They get the information and refuse to take action, or don't believe in themselves enough to take action. So my thing is for tonight is to get you to commit. Like, if I share this information with you that nobody really is going to share with you, do you promise to take action? I want to know. So why now? Why is this important right now? If I would have known about this thing years ago, when I first started my business, it would have saved me years of frustration and worry. Those years that I struggled in business, I wouldn't have to have struggled so hard, because I would have went into business knowing that there's a solution from going to zero to at least that 70K first, right? Within the first few months, and then up from there. So there's a strategy. So if you ever felt this way, or maybe you even feel this way now, like if you struggle to get consistent customers and you're spending a ton of hours chasing them down and doing things that does not get you paid, right? Because a lot of times that's what we do. This is important. If you haven't found a way to have consistent income as a small business owner, then this is why you need this training right now, because consistency is going to be key. Even for those who, and I know a lot of entrepreneurs who are in this position, they work full time and they work their business part time with the dream of being able to fire their boss, right? So if you aren't in that position to be able to fire your boss or have consistent, sustainable income as a small business owner, then this is going to be the right training for you. You're here at the right time, and I'm really excited to share this information with you. So if what you're doing right now have not worked for you, then guess what? The definition of insanity, we all know, is doing the same thing over and over and expecting to get different results. So if you're not getting the results that you want, and you've been doing the same thing repeatedly over the past few years, then this is the time to make the change. This is why you need to make the change. So, and there's no need to continue doing things that doesn't bring you the results that you want. So the reason why I'm passionate about helping you, and you may wonder, like, well, why is she's going to share all of this information with me, is because I'm a woman, and I'm a minority small business owner. So I'm you, right? I am you. So, and I've been there. I've been the struggling business owner. I've been the one who didn't know how to grow my business and didn't know any systems or strategies in place to help me be successful in business. And without this information, which took me years to learn, I don't know where I would be today in real life. I don't know where I would be. Probably be working for someone. So I've been there, and there's nothing like worrying about if you're going to get enough customers, to pay your bills. Like there's nothing like that. There's no worse feeling in the world than worrying every single month as a small business owner about customers and the lack thereof, right? Because what that does is it puts you in a real desperate place to where you begin to get on this customer chase and chasing down customers and trying to convince people to, become your client. So this one thing that I'm going to share with you today is exactly what's helped me to get over those hurdles, and it's helped me to have a stress-free business. And I want to help you with this as well today. So by the end of this free training, my goal is to show you the 3-step BCP system that's helped me to make 70K for just 28 days of work as a woman and minority small business owner. So those words are key. As a woman and minority small business owner. So, and how you can use this same exact system to gain regular paying clients and consistent income without lowering your prices and without spending tons of hours on social media chasing customers. So I'm going to share with you the 3 secrets to getting consistent income as a woman and minority small business owner using this system. So are you ready? So I want to break up 3 myths, okay, as I roll out the secrets. Most people think that all you need is a business license and a product or service to build a business, right? This is what most people think. I don't know why. This is the myth, right? And then if you build it, they will come. That's a psychology that people think. I see so many businesses come and go, especially in my community, in my neighborhood. You know, they figure if they open the doors, the people will come. And then before you know it, they're out of business. They meaning customers, the people may not come. So you have to have a system and a strategy in place to draw those people. So that's just a myth, right? But the truth is, there are some specific fundamental steps to that you have to take to attract customers. That's what I'm going to share with you. Now, these steps gives you the foundation that big paying clients look for, because it shows stability. It shows that you have stability and capacity to grow, right? So these steps for your foundation includes more than just a business license and a service, right? But here are some of the top steps that you would need to, you know, strengthen your foundation to start to attract the right type of client. So business license, most people will have that. Well, some don't, but most people will have that. And your EIN, which is a social security number for your business, you have to pretty much go to irs.gov to get that for free. A Dun and Brad number, DMB number, is absolutely free. You can just Google Dun and Brad or free DMB to sign up for that. But here are some additional items that you would need to start attracting large clients like the government agency. So business taxes, and if you have not been in business for at least 2 years, then you want to have personal taxes. So you have to have those, either one or the other. Or if you don't have personal taxes, of course, there's workarounds, there's ways around that. You have to have a written explanation as to why you don't have these items. Your articles of incorporations, if you are an entity, you can do this as a sole proprietor, but if you are an entity, which means an LLC, a S Corp, C Corp, or any of those above, or a nonprofit, you have to have your articles of incorporation, a business phone and fax number, as well as a website. Now, these are the basic fundamental items that you will have. So here's for an example of how having these items can help you attract large paying clients like the government. So let's say Anna. Hannah has a small business providing marketing and branding services. So let's say Hannah has her business license and her EIN, and that's it. So that's typical of a lot of business owners. They only have these two items, right, out of that checklist. So because she does marketing and branding, she has the opportunity to get large six-figure contracts with government agencies because they purchase that service, and that's huge. That's a huge service. So, but because she's missing most of the fundamental items needed to show that she's a stable business, the government agencies never look her way, and chances are she will never know that an opportunity like this will exist for her. So instead of getting those large 70K plus contracts with government agencies, here she is hustling every day to try to get $100 clients on a regular basis and chasing them down on social media. So can you relate to this? Like, have you been there? Have you had a situation where you feel like you're chasing down cheap clients, basically, you know, for your business? But guess what? Once Hannah discovers the qualifications checklist that I just shared with you for her business foundation, she is then qualified, right? So that's key. She's then qualified for these 5 to 6 figure contracts with government agencies, and she don't have to hustle as hard to chase down individual $100 clients. So now all she needs is one client, one 70K client or more, 70K or more, right? As opposed to multiple $100 clients, right? To get that 70K in 28 days. So just think about how powerful that is. We're talking about if she had individual clients, in order to reach 70K, she has to have $7,100 clients in order to get 7K. That's a lot, right? For a small business, especially to get that in a 28-day period. It's almost impossible unless you have a large team and you're not just a solopreneur, right? But just imagine the difference between that and just having one client that gives you a $70,000 contract for 28 days of work. Big difference. That relieves a lot of stress. That relieves all the chase, all running down customers and all of that stuff. So now do you see how having the right business foundation can help you attract major clients? Now this shows your client, actually the government agencies, that you're serious about being in business and that you have a strong foundation that's in a position to grow and scale. Okay. So that's very key. So that's the secret to number one. So here's myth number two. Most people think that in order to get consistent, sustainable income as a small business, you have to chase down customers, right? You have to chase down as many customers as possible every single month. So, what are some of the things that you think you have to do to get sustainable, consistent income every month? Let me know in the chat. Go ahead and drop that in. What are your thoughts on this? What do you think you have to do in order to get consistent income every single month? And I'm going to check the chat to see if we have any financial literacy. Oh, hi, Leonard. Financial literacy, RFP. Okay. Yes, cold calls. And yeah, so Reverend Jaquetta said, and I may have butchered your name, so I apologize in advance. So cold calls, yeah. So those are some of the things that most people think they have to do, to have, sustainable income. Make a whole lot of calls, right? But that's just a myth. Networking, that's another one. Yes, networking. A lot of times you feel like you have to, spend a lot of time at networking events. But guess what? Everybody that goes to a networking event, they're all looking for clients. So sometimes it's good. It's a good strategy, but sometimes it's a waste of time, right? Because everybody wants to do business with somebody that's there, right? Advertising at no cost. That's Karen. Yes, absolutely. Promotion and advertising. Yeah. So all of those things, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And I totally agree. So most people think that you have to offer regular sales and discounts. These are some of the other things that, most people think, that you have to go hard on marketing, guerrilla marketing, spending countless hours on networking events. Yeah, we just had that in the chat. Attend flea markets, and those for people who sell like novelty items and things of that nature. They attend flea markets, and then just marketing on social media. That's like the new wave of doing business, right? But the thing about it is, let me see, I'm losing it. Oh, but the truth is, I thought I lost my slide. All you have to do to get consistent, sustainable income as a small business is very simple, you guys, is identify yourself as a business owner with government agencies, and you will instantly gain access to a pool of qualifying, top paying customers who are already waiting to spend money with you as a woman and a minority owned business. So that's just basically raising your hand, right? That's letting them know that you're a woman owned and a minority owned small business owner and you exist. So you have to have that business foundation, number one. And number two, you have to identify yourself as a small business. And that's done through a certification process, right? So here's my personal story. I'm going to dive a little bit deeper into my story on this, like what I'm sharing with you. As an example. So a few years ago, I was really stressed out, spending countless hours chasing down customers. So I've done all of those things that you guys put in the chat, like attending networking events, paying for ads, doing cold calls. I've done it all. I've done all those things. And I would meet with individual clients independently to explain to them, how I can help them with my services. And what will happen is, after spending tons of hours doing those lunch dates and coffee chats, trying to get them as your customer, right? Normally, and also like lowering my prices and trying to customize what I do to fit their need. What would typically happen is I'll get the typical, let me get back to you. And then what will happen in that situation is I will really sit around waiting to see if they're going to get back to me and hoping that they will want to move forward. And that kind of put me in a, like a waiting mood, like where you're anxious about doing business. You think you got the customer, but you don't. And then you have to do that all over again. So it's like a roller coaster business, emotionally, that's really draining. So sometimes they will become my client, but most of the time they'll forget about the whole conversation. It's like, you'll send an email, hey, what did you decide? Oh my God, I completely forgot, And so that's the situation. That's how it is, when you're doing business with individual clients and you're chasing them down and you're trying to convince, trying to convince them to become your client. That's a real drain, right? As an entrepreneur, as a person, like on your business, it's strainful, right? So as a small business owner whose income relied completely on getting individual customers at that time, that method of doing business put me through a rough position every month. And I knew after, you know, countless of times of doing that, that wasn't the business model that was for me. That's not something that was sustainable nor scalable or something that I wanted to do. I found myself, you know, chasing customers instead of running my business. And at the end of the day, I always had to start back at zero and then start chasing customers all over again. So is this where you are in your business? Have you been there? Can you relate to any of these things like that, you know, that I'm sharing with you? Do you find yourself chasing customers instead of running your business? Because it's really easy to fall into that, you know, chasing customers. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to to close that. I thought I ended the chat on accident, but I wanted to look at the chat because I want to see some of the answers. So Reverend Jaquetta from Karen says yes. So yeah, I've been there as well. You know, a lot of, you're not alone. A lot of small business owners feel the same way. But guess what? Once I certified my business as a woman and minority small business with government agencies, that's practically just raising my hand and letting them know I'm a woman and minority, right? And I'm a small business. I was able to take my business from chasing customers to virtually and literally having them chase me with contracting opportunities that was specific to what I do. So no longer did I have to go convince them to work with me or customize my packages or create sales or discounts or none of that stuff, right? I didn't have to do any of that. So now they are sending me opportunities. So that's what happened once I, you know, pretty much identified myself with the agency. So now all I do is just bid on the opportunities that they send me. Okay. And sometimes they call you and just say, well, I have a job for you, blah, blah, blah. I see that you're a woman, a minority small business, and I want to do business with you. So that's how quickly the tables turned, you know, when you position your business correctly. So for me, those opportunities, the many opportunities that I've had has been minimum 70K on average and plus, right? 70K plus contracts on average and up. So now do you see how identifying yourself as a woman or minority small business owner with the government agencies can help you generate that consistent income as a small business owner? I hope you can see that. So trying to move, this is just in my way. So you can get regular paying customers without stressing about where your next customer is going to come from. And you can do this without spending countless hours posting on social media and without having to lower your prices and undervalue your work, because that's what you do. You know, when you're lowering your prices, you're undervaluing your work, right? And your worth as well. So this is a proven system that works when you implement it. Okay, it not only worked for me and worked for Tiffany, but it's worked with many of the clients that I've worked with as well, who's implemented this system into their business. So here's myth number 3. Most people also think that contracting with government agencies is for labor type and construction-based businesses, right? Because this is like, government contracting is such a big concept to grasp, especially for small business owners that don't even know that this exists for them. It just sounds like contract work, like contractors, like go in and with a hammer or whatever and do some building work, some painting or some plumbing or whatever. So it sounds like that, right? So most people think that those are the type of contracts that are out there, but they have no idea that they can also land contracts with the government agencies for their own businesses as a service-based business, right? So you can absolutely do this. The truth is, anyone can do business with government agencies, and that is so powerful, and that's absolute the truth. In fact, once you've positioned your business and identified yourself as a woman business with them, they will begin notifying you of opportunities, and all you have to do is submit a response. That's it. So they provide you an opportunity to bid on a project, and you submit your response to that opportunity. And there's literally trillions of dollars in contracts set aside specifically for small businesses. And this is the information I'm actually going to share with you live. So I'm going to share with you some of the data. And this is going to be based on, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, absolutely. So, and this is going to be based on like some of the things that you posted that you do. Let me see. I see real estate, construction. I'm just, you know, Airbnb. So that's real estate. Cool. Okay. So those are the things. So I'm gonna just pull up some general things that, you know, most people that are in my network, you know, they normally come to me and say that they do. So this is, by the way, usaspending.gov. It is the federal government website where you can actually see in 2019, the government spent $4.45 trillion, right? Who are they spending this money with? Services, products and services. This is what they buy. Just like we go out and consume products and services, the government goes out and consume products and services. But the great thing is they're consuming that from other small businesses, and a percentage of that has to go to women and minority small businesses. So of the $4.45 trillion that they spent on the federal level in 2019, 60 billion of that went specifically to women and minority small business firms. So I'm actually going to show you how to search some of this information. So I'm doing an advanced search for 2019 for the last 3 years. I'm going to look at, and I'm going to look up the NAICS code for, let's just look up real estate first. I'm gonna look at that. Real estate, offices of real estate and brokers. I'm gonna look at this code right here. So so I just did a general search for the last 3 years, fiscal years, for real estate. And I'm gonna click submit and look at the data that comes up. Before I look at this information here, I wanna go over to time. So this is going to show me a graph over the last 3 years, what was spent just on real estate services. And this, and excuse me, as you can see, there's multiple categories for real estate. So this is just one of those categories. So $100 million in 2017, that's ridiculous, right? $100 million, 77 million in 2018, and 41 million in 2019. That's a lot, right? So let's look at, of that real estate money that was spent with real estate businesses, how much was spent specifically for the recipient type that are minority owned and women owned businesses. So let's see how big these numbers change. All right, so it's changed not very much. So in 2017, so it was 100 million generally without specifying women and minority, and 67 million of that went to women and minority firms. So that's more than 50% of their contracting opportunities went to women and minority real estate agents. So that is not just one area, that is actually just one area of real estate. Like I said, there's multiple areas of real estate. So this is just a number for just one particular type of real estate agent, right? So 67 million in 2017, 44 million in 2018, and 13 million in 2019. So that's just real estate. All right, so I'm gonna come over to the table. Well, let's take a look at how much each contract award amount was, right? So just these are women still. I'm looking at women and minority firms. This is a $52 million contract. And it's for a 3-year period. Basically, almost a 3-year period. This is a almost 8-month period for $10 million. This is a 1 year or 11-month period for $10 million. So these are the award amounts. These are nice contract sizes, you know, for that particular scope of real estate for women and minority firms, right? So we have so many small businesses or small business realtors that are, you know, hustling, right? So just imagine having this client, like just one client like this that will pay you out like $1 million, you know, a few million. Actually, it's like 50 million, 10 million, like in a year period. Like this one is 3, but this is like 10 million in like a year period. Like that's huge, or less than a year actually. So now I'm going to reset my search and do a different search for the last 3 years, but this time I'm going to look up social media. So I'm going to look up marketing. So I'm going to actually look up marketing consulting services, because I know a few people who have small businesses who do marketing consulting. So let's look at the time over the past 3 years. See this 200 million? This is ridiculous. Okay, so $178 million for marketing services, 192 million in 2018, 218 million in 2019. This was just last year, like this last fiscal year. This is huge. So let's look at the same recipient types for women and minority small business owners, and let's see what went to women and minorities who provide marketing services. 56 million in 2017, 48 million in 2018, 67 million in 2019. So these are large contracts. These are large numbers. So how many marketing providers do you know that are women and minority firms? Are they getting $19 million contracts, $12 million contracts? These are the contract amounts. So these are the women and minority small businesses. $8 million contracts for marketing services. Are they? Do you know anybody that's getting that type of a client? So just imagine if they were going after independent clients, right? As opposed to getting a contract. So it's just a shift in the way we view business, but also a shift in our business model. You can still go after those independent individual clients, but here's an opportunity for you to actually land the government as your client, which is one of the largest top paying agents, clients that you could ever have as a small business. And I'm actually going to look up, just one more area for the last 3 years, and I'm going to look at catering services, because that's another service that's becoming more and more popular and common for small businesses, especially like in urban communities. So let me see, caterers. Okay, urban communities, a lot of people are doing pop-up food trucks, vendings, all that type of stuff. And so how much can they get as an opportunity with the government as their client, as a small business? So in 2017, there was 21 million spent. These are large budgets, right? 16 million in 2018, 6.5 million in 2019. And of that, for the women and minority, how much went to women and minority small business contractors? 8 million. So 8 million in 2017, 7 million in 2018, 6 million in 2019. So those are large numbers. These are the individual contract amounts. This is a $1 million contract. I guess they were on for about a year and a half. But this is a 1 year contract here for $792,000. These are nice size contracts. This one was like a few months, maybe about 4 months, $366,000. So I see something in the chat. I'm gonna try to bring up my chat so I can see. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you guys are excited about this information that I'm sharing. Yeah, wow, that's great. That's Terrell. Thank you. What about appliance and installs? Okay, well, I'm not. Let me do a check. I can check that, but I'm not exactly sure what they would call it over here. So let me see. For appliance, which is a service. So say if it was like small electrical appliance, so it will depend on what type of appliance. So household appliance, I'm just gonna say consumer electronics. I'm just gonna pick one, right? So, and I'm gonna pick that for the last 1, 2, 3 years and see what pops up just for appliance. Okay, so over the last 3 years, 21 million, 14 million, and this, again, there's different types of appliances, so I'm not exactly sure what type of appliance you would like to look up, but yeah, this is accessible. It's public information. 660,000 in 2019, so you would have to just really understand which, even for real estate, which type of real estate you provide. So you would have to go to NAICS.com, NAICS.com to find out which one is your code. So for appliance, the one that I just randomly picked for women and minorities firms, this is a $2.5 million contract. This is a 4.6, and not contract, but the budget spending And then in 2019, $2.6 million was spent on appliance services in this particular area of appliance. And so the contract amounts for this particular area of appliance is six figures. So 700, this is almost an $800,000 contract. And it looks like they're around between $500,000 and $800,000 like per contract. And these are all small business minority firms. All right, so now that I've shared that data, that live information with you over there, I want to go back to the presentation and get this out of the way. How much the government spends on your products and services, that's huge, right? So in order to get away from being a struggling small business owner that has inconsistent income months where you feel like you're chasing customers, so that you could become that thriving small business owner that's landing those multiple 70K plus. So the reason why I say 70K plus is most of the contracts are in the six figures, but you know, there's a lot of them that you can get at 70K plus, right? So contracts, you know, and generating that in that consistent income in order to get there. These are the three secrets, the three steps that I created to help you get from point A to point B. And this system is called the BCP system, the three-step BCP system, which is basically you're qualifying your business, right? Using that checklist for the foundation. Okay, so you're qualifying your business so that you can be certified. So once you have that checklist, now you can raise your hand and say, I am a woman and minority small business owner. There's a certification process that takes place. So now they know you exist. Okay, so now that they know you exist, they start to send you opportunities, or you automatically receive access to those opportunities to start bidding on contracts. And you bid by submitting proposals. So that is the simple three-step BCP system. There's some nuances in between there, different phases that happens in between these phases, but basically in general, these three steps get you qualified and positioned to start bidding on those contracts. So basically, you're qualifying your business so you can be certified to submit proposals. And that is that. So now you say, well, I see these opportunities or these big budget spends where, you know, the government is providing, you know, contracts, these large contracts to these small businesses. So where does the opportunities come from? So this is just a, you know, a little bonus segue that I want to make to take you over to looking at where can you go to find some of the opportunities. So we're going to go over to, and they just switched their website from sam.gov to beta.sam.gov. So basically, once you know the service that you provide, or you're very clear of the service, whatever category it's in, even like I said, in some services, there's multiple categories. Even for photography, there's like commercial photography, studio photography, aerial photography. So you have to be very clear on what it is, the opportunity that you want to search. And then you go under contracts opportunity. And let's just say I'm looking for construction contracts, right? Construction opportunities. So here we have all the contracts that they're looking, you know, they're looking for people to procure. And some of these may be like old, but some of them are new, but they kind of mix all the data here. But this is an open contract right here, opportunity that LBNF, whatever this means, construction agency, construction management. So basically they're looking for construction management services. Here's construction services that they're looking for. Oh, this is a contract award. It's been set aside. So this is an actual award. So you can look at what other people have been awarded in construction. You can look at those numbers. And then here's some, you know, some more information. So feel free to, you know, utilize these resources. It's free, it's public. And, you know, just so you know that doing business with the government, these numbers, this data is public information. So anybody can actually look up what contracts have been awarded to what firms, right? And the contract amounts, just so you know. Okay, so even if I were looking for, let's look for catering. So, you know, I know that the government spend money on catering services because I went to usaspending.gov and I saw those numbers, right? And so here's the opportunity, fbo.gov. Here's some catering opportunities that are listed here. and you can actually, you know, get very granular in what you're searching for or whatever by using, you know, some of these areas over here to populate and to specify. And so, yeah, so I hope that was very helpful for you, because I'm trying to give you as much as I can, all the information that you need, you know, to know and understand that these are opportunities that are for you if you're a woman and if you're a minority small business owner. Now, Alfonso is one of my clients. He's a minority small business owner that provides painting services. And what he did, he completed my 3-step BCP system, just like Tiffany did, where I helped him position his business for certification so that he can submit proposals. And he has since grown his business revenues by 75% by landing some of these large 6-figure contracts with city and state agencies. And he's a painter, right? And so same with Nikki. Now, Nikki is one of my clients. She's a woman and minority small business owner that provides social media marketing services. Now, Nikki also completed my 3-step BCP system into her business, and she went from selling $60 marketing services to individual clients to bidding on large 6-figure contracts, providing the exact same services that she was providing for $60. So 6 figures to $60. Big difference, right? So now do you see how implementing this simple 3-step BCP system into your own business can help you start getting consistent income as a small business? Because you're getting these large contracts, right? And when you're invoicing those large contracts, you don't have to spend all that money in 1 month. That's where the consistency comes from. And then guess what? In addition to that information, there's no limit to how many contracts you can have simultaneously, right? So you don't want to take on more than you have the capacity to be able to deliver on, but definitely you can have multiple contracts simultaneously. So these are large opportunities for you to be able to quickly scale your business and become sustainable as a small business. So you can do this even if you have very little experience or have never done business with the government before. And that is so awesome. That's what I love most about it. So most small business owners think that they have to have a completely polished portfolio of major products that they've done in the past in order to do business with the government. But they also think that they have to be this large corporation with huge marketing budgets in order to be able to get the government after a client. But all of that is a myth. And this is the $1 trillion secret to government contracts. So the truth is, small business contracting is designed specifically for you if you have very little experience. The government wants to help you build capacity. That's what they want. Their goal is to help small businesses like yourself build capacity, and in turn, you can build your portfolio by doing business with the government. And that's why they have these contracts that are specifically set aside for women and minority small businesses. So you can also do this as a solopreneur, as a sole proprietor and a solopreneur. You don't have to have a major big team. You can outsource work. There's all different ways that you can do business with the government. Now, here's a fact. It's written in the Small Business Act of July 30, 1953, and it stipulates specifically that the SBA, which is the Small Business Administration, would ensure small businesses a fair proportion of government contracting opportunities, as well as sales of surplus property. So they're giving opportunities to small businesses based on this act, right? So the government is obligated to spend money with certified women and minority small businesses. It's not a choice, right? It's not, oh, they feel like doing it or they want to do it, because they're emotional or whatever, but they have an mandated obligation to provide a percentage of all their budget spends to women and minority small business owners. So this is the exact system. I just gave you guys all the tea. This is the exact system that I use to land my $70,000 contract for just those 28 days of work, as well as Nikki and Alfonso and Tiffany as well. And I've since landed multiple 70K contracts as a woman in minority small businesses, and you can do the exact same thing. So now do you see how my 3-step BCP system is a repeatable system that you can use, right? That's to reel in clients on a regular basis. So it's a repeatable system, because basically all you're doing is, once you get your business in order and you certify yourself as a woman in minority small business, so all you're doing is rinse and repeat the proposals. You find an opportunity, you submit a proposal. You find an opportunity, you submit a proposal, and that's it. So that's a very simple strategy. So now do you see how you can gain significantly, you can consistently and significantly grow your business using this system? Now, it's a clear strategy, and it's absolutely proven to work. It worked for me, it's worked for all of my clients, and all of those small business owners that you've just seen that are getting contracts with government agencies. So it's a market where customers are waiting to do business with you because you're a woman in minority small business. You don't no longer have to chase after them. You don't no longer have to chase customers and convince them to be your client. So this is the 3-step BCP system that I teach inside my $1 trillion government contracts accelerator training program. And here you have the choice, right? I've given you the T, I've given you the system, I've given you the steps, I've given you the resources, and everything that you need. So you can absolutely take everything that I've shared with you today and attempt to do it on your own. You can do that. It's absolutely up to you. Or you can choose to work alongside with me, where I can help you implement the entire system and strategy into your business. So we'll be working together on getting that done. So enrollment begins in just 3 days, and this is what you're going to get inside the $1 trillion government contracts program. So you're going to get 6 weekly coaching and Q&A sessions with me, along with the workbooks and assignments. You're also going to receive access to my private Facebook group, my personal accountability, where I walk you through each of the steps personally, step by step. You're going to get my personal assistance in implementing my 3-step BCP system into your business so that you can start getting those contracts. And you're going to get lifetime access to all of the trainings, and all of this is included for a one-time investment of only $29.97, or you can choose from one of our easy and simple installment plan. So the installment plan options are either 5 payments of $629.40, or you can make 10 payments of $317.20. Now, this is a brand new option that I'm making available for those small business owners who, you know, the only thing that will stop you are financial situations. So I want to make it more accessible to those small business owners who are ready to take action. And just because you're here today on this this free training, over the next 72 hours before we open enrollment, I'm giving you the option to get in early. So the early bird rate for this program is only $19.97. So you'll be saving 50% by taking action, because I want to award those and reward those who are taking action, because I find those who take quick action absolutely are the ones who get the results and are the ones who do very well with contracts. So you can, at this rate for $19.97, we also still offer installment options of 4 payments of $536, or 10 biweekly payments of $225. And again, this is a new rate that I'm making available in beta. It may not be available in the future, but it's just to be more accessible to small business owners who are ready to get started. So after the 72 hours are up, the early bird discount goes away, but you can still work with me at only $29.97, or the installment options are there. And as a disclaimer, this offer is going to increase in 2020 to $5,000. So this is still a really great time to get in, to get started, and to start landing contracts for your business today. So I have time on my calendar over the next few days to help you get started. And to apply, you can schedule a call with me at bit.ly/free call with Karwanna. I'm actually going to drop the links in the chat, so that way you can click on it and go directly to schedule a call with me. But these are the 2 ways you can apply. You can either schedule a call with me, or you can go directly to bit.ly/early bird for TDGC. That stands for $1 trillion government contract. So bit.ly/early bird for TDGC. TDGC, and that's how you work with me. Now, this is not for you if you're not willing to take just a couple of hours a week to implement my 3-step system into your business. So you have to be committed and willing to do the work. If you do the work, you will get the results. Now, my 3-step BCP system is designed as a learning and doing interactive program. So every week you're going to be reaching a new milestone. And by the end of the 6 weeks, you're fully qualified and ready to start bidding on those 70K plus contracts. So I give you the assignment, we work together. You complete the assignment, you reach a new milestone, and that's how it's going to work. So if you're ready to get sustainable, consistent income for your business, and you would like to work alongside me so that I can help you implement this strategy into your business, then this is how you can work with me. To apply, there's 2 ways you can apply for the program. You can either schedule a call with me at this link, which is bit.ly/free call with Karwanna, or you can go directly to the early bird link to just get signed up right away. And that's bit.ly/early bird for the letters TDGC. Nope. Oh, my bad. Everyone. Okay. So I just shared those links in the chat. And at this point, I'm open for questions. I just want to know, I shared a lot of information, and I know it may seem like overwhelming, but I did try to give you everything that you need to be successful. You can actually do this on your own, or you can work alongside with me. But I am here, going to stick around for a few moments to see like what questions do you have. So feel free, to hop on or just drop your questions in the chat, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. Thank you, Karen. Can I get a free registration? That's Terrell. He's funny. So if anyone have any questions, I'm here to answer any questions. But definitely the link is the link to get started or to apply. You can either apply by phone with me, or you can click on the link to go directly to get started there. I was told the registration at sam.gov is free. Yep, it is. So Reverend Jaquetta, let me see if you're still on here. Are you still on? So I'm gonna unmute you. Is it okay? Jaquetta? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so now what was your question? You was told that sam.gov is free?
Right, and when I went through the process, I got to the last page and it said pay $499 or something.
Okay.
Some amount.
So no, so sam.gov is absolutely free. Now the thing is, they in everything, the certifications, all of that stuff is absolutely free. So you may have landed on a third-party website. Sam.gov switched over to login.gov. So you have to go to login.gov to create a profile, but it's absolutely free.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you. So Amari, I see that you jumped, Amari, Jacinta, Hicks, Majesty, do you guys have any questions that I can answer for you? That. So I'm gonna unmute. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me, Amari?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. I was just wanting to check in with everyone to see if you all if there were any questions that I can answer for you. Thank you, Jaquetta.
Do you help with like startup businesses? I'm just now starting, so I'm getting like all the information. Yep. So I'm a baby in this.
Yep, I do. Absolutely. So are you able to drop your email in the chat, and then I can follow up with you?
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah, so drop your email in the chat, and then I can follow up with you this coming week. But yeah, absolutely, I can help you start up your business.
Okay, thank you.
Audrey, thank you. Almost did get in. It's 11. Oh, okay. You almost didn't get in. Thank you for sharing that. Oh, you almost didn't get in. Okay. Well, I'm glad you were able to make it. Audrey, did you have any questions for me that I can answer for you? Okay, so yeah, so if there aren't any questions, thank you guys so much for and you feel free to drop your questions in the chat. I'm gonna stick around for a little while. Didn't get in. I'm waiting on my WVE certification. Oh, great, awesome. So Audrey is waiting for her certification as a woman, so she's identifying herself. So congratulations on that. So I don't know if you were on in the beginning, but go ahead and drop in the chat what it is that you do, the service that you provide. Yeah, that is so awesome. Congratulations. So so yeah, absolutely. You guys remember that this is something, you know, that is there for you as a small business owner. It's absolutely possible and it's absolutely doable. You know, why chase customers when you have customers that are already waiting, right, to spend money with you? All you have to do is position your business to go after those contracts. So just remember that, you know, as minority and women small business owners, like, you know, we're at that disadvantage. And so that's why these programs are set aside specifically to help you become a sustainable business so that you can build capacity and be more competitive in the marketplace. So thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you all for being on the call. And if there aren't any other questions, you guys have a wonderful night. Marketing and media, event planning, self-publishing. Okay, I see. You're welcome, Amari. So Audrey, yeah, so that marketing. So I'm glad I was able to look up marketing services. So hopefully you were on doing that part to see those great contracts. Thank you, Jaquetta, and good luck to everyone. So I look forward to hearing from you guys. You have the links to get in contact with me. You can also reach me at she'sgotgoals.com. That's my direct website. And I'm dropping that in the chat as well. She'sgotgoals.com. But also, you know, you guys schedule a call with me. I would love to help you with your business, and I would love to help you understand and navigate through government contracting, because it's the smart way to do business, right? So it only makes sense to go ahead and do that. You're welcome. Thank you so much, Jacinta. So Audrey, if you missed that part where I brought up the marketing, I'm actually going to be sending out the replay. So if you guys registered, if you registered and received the email to get on this call, then you're going to get the replay automatically. But if you just clicked on a link to automatically appear here, I don't have your email, so you can drop it in the chat and I'll make sure you get the replay. That way you'll be able to see the information. Thank you guys. You all have a wonderful night, and yeah, we'll see you in the field.